not to steal Raven Gaming's intro, but getting back into some more Hero Colosseum. We are going to be taking on the Supreme Kai of Time free battle with a little team I threw together. It's an all Gogeta team, so for those of you out there who are serious Gogeta fans or just can't get enough of him or have like the biggest heart on for the guy, here you go. And I'm using both of the harder hitting versions of the EX Limit Broken Gogeta figures. I want to say that was from, that was from DLC 10. That came with the free update. And I'm using the original Super Gogeta figure we got. I'm using obviously the harder hitting variant of Blue Gogeta. I have them all pretty much duped. They're all duped into attack. Yeah, all of them are duped entirely into attack, but anyway. My goal here pretty much is to just keep throwing all Super Saiyan 4 Gogetas on the field and continue to build them up. And should I need defense, that's what Blue Gogeta and Super Gogeta are there for. I didn't bother with the second UR Blue Gogeta we got because, in my opinion, he's incredibly underwhelming and not worth using at all. Thankfully, I knew I was just going to outspeed if he didn't give a 300, so I went for it. You will also notice that I went ahead and put Attack Up A and ADM Up A on basically everybody. Two of my figures I've got running Ultimate Gauge up every turn, and then two of my other figures I have running with Ultimate Gauge down every turn. Probably could have come up with a better setup had I given it more time, but I think this is fine enough. This free battle really isn't too difficult, although Supreme Kai of Time is packing a couple of very hard-hitting figures. I would say her biggest threats are easily Vegito and UI Goku. Other than that, though, not too bad at all. Unfortunately, I did lose one of my Limit Broken Gogeta, so I'm going to throw down Blue Gogeta next. And hopefully I'll outspeed here, I don't see why I wouldn't. Because I want to say that's the harder hitting UI Goku and he's slower. Never mind, I am very outsped here. Yeah, I'm going to get going here pretty good. Fortunately, I just lost my Blue Gogeta. Oh boy, that is not good. Oh my, this is actually a little more difficult than I thought it was going to be. And here's another big problem. Okay, well, thankfully I don't have to worry about that. But anyway, if I hadn't killed UI Goku there, then I wouldn't really be able to do much with my ultimate, and that would have really sucked. And thankfully, I've been building up Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta up this whole time, but here's the issue. I don't think I'm going to outspeed. But screw it, let's try it, I guess. I think I might outspeed if I were using my speedier variant, but... oh, never mind, we just barely outspeed. So, not too terrible, this battle could have definitely gone a lot worse. Let's see where we at. You know, I don't want to make this too short, but at the same time I don't want to make it too long, so we'll probably do one or two more free battles, just for the heck of it. Let's see, where is it? This is what pretty much inspired me to make this deck. Was I'm looking at Gogeta's deck here, and it's literally all basically Gogeta and like one Vegito. I don't know why they did that. They could have just put in the does he have both? No, they could have put in the other Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta here, the non-limit broken one. But okay, throw a random Vegito in there. Not really sure what they're thinking. I'm not getting the max boost, obviously, because one of my Gogeta I have built as an O1 unit, so I'm not getting like the maximum amount I could be getting for attack up A and ADM up A, but all three Gogeta keep building other stats anyways, so it doesn't really hurt too bad. Only real issue is, with this team, obviously, they hit considerably freaking hard, not a whole lot of defense. Not the most amount of speed either. Make no mistake though, even like though all these figures are working together, they're still very good figures. I would say even the original one, he's just fallen off ever since we got a lot more overpowered units since. But he's not bad. And I actually felt kind of bad when I went over what figures in the game you ought to use. I didn't give him enough credit. He can be very helpful, especially on secondary or second turn teams. So it doesn't hurt using him. Just generally, there are better options like Vados and Piccolo and Whis, obviously. That is a much needed counter. I'm very glad I got that. And that right there is kind of what I'm talking about. Because they went second, they all took 10% less damage. So, not a terrible figure at all. And obviously I'm prioritizing and protecting my O1 figure because you kind of need to do that. I'm also putting him on the field just to get him built up. Also build up some much needed speed on him. Fortunately, I lose my blue Vegeta here. They get to my master. Okay, thankfully I have an ultimate and I can basically annihilate him this turn. This is not a terrible team, but it could be better. I would say definitely with more speed it would be far better. And unfortunately, I am outsped here, but hopefully he'll get screwed over on numbers. Okay, thankfully he picked the lower number and I was able to go first. I think my master actually might have died this turn had that not been the case. We'll do one more. I think we'll just do Blue Goku for old time's sake. Obviously, before Blue Goku, the original final fight was with Vados, but no, this was pretty much like the real final fight after that. And then they kept adding on more, and more DLC, and more figures, more character skills. Sensing a pattern here, anyway. Lots of Gogeta. I've actually been thinking lately too. Think in terms of the Blue Fusion, Gogeta actually wins. And a lot of people might argue that, but you also have to keep in mind that the attitudes in both Vegito and Gogeta, Vegito and Gogeta, really affects their fighting styles. Like, compare Blue Vegito's fight to Merge Zamasu and Blue Gogeta's fight to Broly and Dragon Ball Super. Granted, I want to say I'm pretty sure Merge Zamasu's more powerful than Broly. At least that's my opinion. But just look at Blue Gogeta in the movie. He's definitely far more serious when he's going about it. Even though he is kind of cocky, but yeah, he's more tough with his fist than anything. Get a lot more comic relief, in my opinion, out of Vegito. Plus, there's also the thing with the whole time limit of the transformation. Like, Blue Vegito could barely even stay in his fuse state for like 5 minutes. Whereas during that fight that Gogeta had with Broly, and I timed it when I was watching it, like, from the moment he meets up with Whis to take on Broly, he's in that state for at least a good 8 minutes or so. So if we're talking long-term, I would say that Blue Gogeta easily wins the fight. And it's odd, too. I actually used to be, like, the biggest Vegito fanboy, and to this day I still am. But at the same time, I can't really deny that if it came down to a serious fight, and just for, like, outlasting and everything, Gogeta would easily win. Now, if it were Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, on the other hand, I think that Blue Vegito would have a slight edge. Which is cool, because you can actually see that fan-made fight. I think the guy's name is Hyurin Jutsu. He makes all these really sick animated sprite movies, a lot of what-if scenarios with the Dragon Ball characters. A lot of the fan-favorite Dragon Ball characters, too, like Rose Goku Black. Let's see, he also did, he did something really unique with Golden Cell. And it's funny, he even basically predicted the future with that. He predicted, Blue Gogeta, and that became canon. Let's see, what else did he predict? Oh yeah, he predicted, Gohan getting stronger again, and figuring out how to work his potential unleashed form again. It's just crazy. It's almost like he saw the future. With, like, just watch that video, you'll see what I mean. Another thing that crossed my mind while I was at work, something really odd. Like, last I checked, Future Trunks got really freaking buff. And he preferred his hair longer, at least I thought he did. Of course, I'm referring to how he looked in BoJack Unbound. I think he should have looked more like that when they brought him back in Super, not like, you know, this. Also, kind of a missed opportunity with that BoJack Unbound movie when Trunks is having his little scuffle with Kogu. Kind of wish that Trunks had a sword right then and there. They could have had a really awesome fight. But it was still really good. For me personally, that's still like the highlight of the whole movie, was a scrap with Kogu. You know, I'm gonna put both Super Gogeta and Blue Gogeta on the field here. And keep my own figure sake. That was actually really risky of me to do that. I should have just threw down regular Super Gogeta instead, but I wasn't really thinking. I also wanted to get him built up some more. I got greedy is basically what I'm saying. God dang, I still took a lot too. Thankfully though, I did go second, so I think that kinda helped. Suppose I'll bring up a future video coming out really soon. Just for the heck of it, I did go through Parallel Quest 122 recently with my custom Blue Vegito. That was a pretty fun one. I think Blue Gogeta is easily better though. He's so much more abusable. You can run a lot of crazy things on him. He gets freaking Focus Flash, he gets Gallic Gun, he even gets Super God Fist. He gets like a bunch of my favorite moves. He's just amazing all around. I highly recommend using the heck out of Blue Gogeta. Like, even in raids, he's good there too. Really fun to use too, honestly, especially his heavy combo, because you can loop that crap easily. Jesus, that did a lot. I let this fight get a lot closer than I probably should have, but oh well, at least it worked out in the end. Anyway, I thank y'all for watching. Hope you look forward to some more stuff I got coming out in the future. And I'm gonna go to sleep because unfortunately I got work in the morning. So, I'll catch you guys later. See you next time. Peace.